Hey guys, welcome back to Insight Tennis Tour Stroke Series. My name is Rick Oldroyd, president and founder of Insight Tennis. I'm also the head pro. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the backhand slice. I have actually done a few videos on the backhand slice. If you've seen any of those, some of this may be a little bit of a review. But I see a lot of things happening at the recreational and the club levels and teaching lessons and so forth. So we want to talk about a couple of things. There's a great myth going on out there. I'm not sure how it got started, but nonetheless, it is a myth, and we're going to dispel it today. So basically, it's been taught, widely believed and taught, that on a backhand slice, there's lots of different variations of taking the racket back, and we'll talk more specifically about that in a minute. But one of the things I want to focus on is we're going to get our racket back here in a good position on a backhand slice, and as I'm coming back, and I come back down into the ball, it's been widely taught that I want to make contact with the ball here and then finish out in front of my body like this, okay? We've seen it taught, we've seen it demonstrated like that, and it's not that you can't hit the ball like that. Don't get me wrong, of course you can hit the ball, and you might even be able to hit it over the net, but it is absolutely not what the best players in the world do. It will have nothing on it, the racket face is too open. There's several problems with that technique. So we want to talk about, that's what not to do. So once again, just very, very carefully or clearly want to explain this. Even if I get a really nice position back here in my slice and I come into the ball like I'm supposed to, I don't want to come down like this and then finish out here or finish on the left side of my body. So what do I want to do? Well, if you watch any of the best players in the world, and specifically those who have great backhand slices, I would say Roger Federer, probably the best in the world, certainly one of the best in the world at the backhand slice. Wawrinka's got a good slice, Murray's got a good slice, Tommy Haas has got a good slice, Dimitrov has got a good slice. But what you're going to see with every single one of them is they finish on the right side of their body with their racket. A couple of things to be very, very mindful of. Number one, so when they come up and they take the racket back, and there's different variations of backswing. You're going to see some people with their racket flat. You're going to see some people who rotate it over this way. I advocate rotating the wrist like this and having the racket behind your head here like Federer does. And so what we want to do is when we come into the ball, we're back here in a good backswing. As we come down, we're coming down into the ball. We're going to make contact with the ball, and the finish is over here on my right side of my body. Different variations, depending on the type of slice that I'm hitting. I might cut across a little more or through a little more, but I'm going to finish on the right side of my body every single time. Now, the other thing to be mindful of is you do not want, after the finish, you do not want your wrist doing this kind of thing and flipping over. If you watch Federer, you're going to see how he maintains that wrist position, comes down, and he maintains this wrist position here on the right side of his body. Even if he's coming a little lower and he finishes here, he's still maintaining that wrist position. So what we don't want is this idea happening. Okay? So, a couple of things that are going to help you with this. Number one, if I'm hitting the backhand slice and I'm coming down into the ball, okay, so I'm taking my racket back, I'm coming down into the ball, I want to come down into the ball, and as I rotate back to impact, and then I'm going to come down and through this way, okay? So not down and through that way, right? So let's take another look at what it looks like. So I'm here, I've got a nice backswing here, coming, boom. And notice I'm finishing with my racket on the right side. That will impart plenty of spin, but it also will be a very driving, penetrating shot because I'm coming down and still traveling somewhat towards my target as I come across, which is going to cause the ball to go towards the court, obviously, but with just enough backspin to be really, really knifing through the court. Okay, if I come down a little too much, obviously the ball's going to fly on me. So again, that's a timing thing, but the idea is got to be on the right side of the body. Every single time, every single backhand slice. So, last time in review, this is what we do not want, is to take the racket back here like this, come in and finish here. Every great player in the world with a good backhand slice comes different variations, but they all come here and they all finish over here on the right side of their body. So next time you're out there on the court, think about this. Try it a few times. It might take a little while to get the timing right, but as soon as you do, boy, look out. You're going to start hitting the slice better than you probably ever hit it in your life. Remember that you cannot have the racket too open on the slice. If you're too open, the ball is obviously going to go up. So as I'm coming into the ball, we're going to talk about this more in another video. I'm coming down and I've got to be here, not here. Okay? And then I can cut down through that ball. Hopefully that's going to be helpful for you guys. Next time you're out there on the court, give it a try. If you like the video, please click the link below and subscribe to the channel. Also, leave any comments, questions. Love to hear your comments. Love to hear your questions. We get some great questions from all over the world. Send in your videos to rick@insighttennis.com if you want an analysis done. If you're interested in lessons or clinics or anything, also rick@insighttennis.com. And again, subscribe to the channel so you can get all of the latest content. Check out the website at insighttennis.com. And as always, thank you very much for your time. We'll see you next time out on the court.